Another volcanic mystery discovered. Researchers are stunned by a supervolcano discovered in Alaska. We had 21 supervolcanoes around the Earth, and that's not counting this one here in Alaska, the Aleutian Island chains, and also the supervolcano discovered under Antarctica. Now, volcano researchers found potential supervolcano in Alaska, with one expert warning it could be a huge global impact, of course. Alaska has been in the headlines recently after the Great Sitkin volcano erupted, and geologists from USGS said it's a red warning, and they've raised indicating that the significant emission of volcanic ash into the atmosphere is likely from this Great Sitkin volcano. The Alaska Volcano Observatory said a short duration explosive eruption of 1 to 2 minutes has occurred recently, resulting in an ash cloud of 15,000 feet above sea level. And they said since that explosion, seismicity has decreased, and satellite images show that the ash clouds detached from the vent and it's moving towards the east. They said Alaska accounts for more than 3/4 of all U.S. volcanoes, and it's erupted during the past 200 years, according to observatory website. Researchers compelled by the volcanic activity in the region and were stunned when they found that it could be a supervolcano in Alaska's Aleutian Islands. The cluster of volcanic islands could be a single giant volcano, similar to that of the Yellowstone caldera, and an American Geophysicists Union study said in October of last year. John Power, geophysicist at U.S. Geological Survey Alaska Volcano Observatory, said the supervolcano would be so big it could have disrupted civilizations around the world. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box. Geologist Diana Roman of Carnegie Institute for Science in Washington, D.C., co-author of the study, said, "We've been scraping under the couch cushions for data, but everything we look at lines up with the caldera in this region." Roman added that if the supervolcano hypothesis is confirmed, it could explain the frequent explosive activity seen at Mount Cleveland volcano. Mount Cleveland is arguably the most active volcano in North America for at least the last 20 years. It's produced ash clouds as high as 15,000 and 30,000 feet above sea level. And Michael Poland, the volcanologist at USGS Yellowstone Volcano Observatory, not involved in the study, said he offered his analysis on the Alaskan supervolcano. He says it could potentially have a huge global impact. Poland said these very large calderas have very large impacts globally. He says this potential identification helps us understand what we might expect, why Cleveland volcano is so active, and understand the hazards. The study was published in journal Geophysical Research Letters, and it shed new light over what could happen when such a supervolcano erupts, especially its impacts on the climate, of course. The researchers tested different volcanic forcing scenarios lasting several years with a peak in the volcanic emissions. The eruption of a supervolcano could have the power to temporarily change the wind regimes in the tropical stratosphere and change the climates on a global scale. A team of experts studied the eruption of Los Chocoyos, one of the most recent supereruptions, happening approximately 75,000 years ago in Guatemala. And they simulated the impact of Los Chocoyos-like eruption in the climate using modern climate models, considering the effects of huge amounts of gas and ash emissions into our atmosphere. Christine Kruger, author of the study, said, "An eruption at this dimension could simply supply amounts of aerosols and chemical components to the atmosphere that, according to our model simulation, the eruption could cause a 10-year disruption of the QBO, the quasi-biennial oscillation wind. The change in the QBO, the oscillation wind, would have started 4 months post-eruption, with abnormal easterly winds lasting for 5 years, followed by westerlies wind before it returned to normal QBO conditions, but with a slightly prolonged periodicity." So this is just one more of the supervolcanoes of the Earth. This is by Charlie Bradley on Express UK. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support.